Hello and welcome to today's yoga session. Thank you for joining me. Begin in your seat, sit up nice and tall, sit front to the front of your seat, feet flat on the floor, palms on the thighs, relax the shoulders, relax the face. Connect with your breath. Begin some movement in the body by taking some torso circles. Just take this in one direction and get lots of movement in the spine that feels good. This can be as small, pause, go in the other direction. This can be as small or as large as you want them to be, these movements. Good, and come back to center. Take the right leg and step it out, and step it in. Step it out, step it in. Do 3 more. Out, in, and 1 more. Out and in. And we'll take the left leg and step it out and in, out and in, out and in. 2 more. Out and in, and out and in. Now take the right ankle and place it on top of the left thigh, just above the knee, and dorsiflex that foot. Sit up nice and tall. Now, if this isn't an option for you, this is why I have 2 blocks handy here. You can put the 2 blocks in front of you and place the foot on the blocks instead, just to get that external rotation of the hip and perhaps a little bit of sensation or stretch in the outside of the hip here. If you don't have yoga blocks, you can use a stack of books or anything that's sturdy, a small stool, whatever you have, some firm cushions, anything will work. So you can take that into whichever position works best for you. I'm going to keep mine up on my thigh. So whichever your position you're in, dorsiflex the foot, sit up nice and tall, relax the shoulders, relax the face. We'll sit here for a couple of breaths. You can close the eyes if that feels okay. Take an inhale, exhale, release that foot down. Come back to neutral and just take a little bit of windshield wiping with the legs from side to side. And the feet back flat on the floor. Now we'll take that to the other side. So left ankle on top of the right thigh or on top of your blocks or stack of books. Again, do whichever is the best position for yourself. It's one thing I love about yoga. There's always options and we can adapt the postures to our bodies and just to feel the essence of a pose. You don't have to contort yourself in weird ways. I just want you to be able to move comfortably and freely. And that's all that really matters. And with mindfulness, you want to pay attention to what's happening in your body. You want to take that, when you learn that mindfulness on the mat and within yourself, you find a whole world of things that open up around you. Take an inhale and exhale, release that down. Now take the hands to the hips. Sit up nice and tall. Bring the feet in a little closer, feet flat on the floor. And then you're just going to hover off your chair and then sit back down. Let's do 5 of those. Hover off your chair and sit back down. Hover off your chair. Sit back down. 2 more. Hover and sit. And hover and sit. Nice job. Now come to stand. You're going to stand facing the seat of your chair. Remove your blanket if you have one on your chair. I'm going to make a tabletop position with your chair, so place the hands on either side of the seat and the wrists under shoulders. Feet are under hips or ankles under hips. Hug the belly in, make that strong tabletop. We'll do some cat-cow here. So tip the pelvis forward, lower the belly, look forward gently, and take the shoulders gently back. Tuck the tailbone down around the spine and look to the thighs on the exhale. Inhale, come forward, look forward. Exhale around the spine. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Nice job. Come back to neutral, to your tabletop. Bend the knees a little bit. Take hands to hips and bring yourself to stand and shake it out. Come to stand behind the back of your chair. Just use the back of the chair for some support here. Take the feet hip distance and you can turn the toes very slightly out. And then come to stand up on your tippy toes as far as you can. Take an inhale and then exhale, release that down. We're going to do 5 of those. So inhale up onto the toes. Exhale, release down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. 1 more. Inhale up. Exhale down. Now come to stand right beside your chair with one hand on the back of the chair. The other hand is on the hip. Stand up nice and tall. Feel the connection of the feet to the ground beneath you. So peel the farthest foot away from the chair. Peel that heel off the floor. And then rotate that leg out. Now this can be your version of tree pose right here. So you can just keep the heel at the ankle and you can play with letting go of the chair, reaching your arms overhead perhaps, or swaying around. If you'd like a little more of a challenge, bring the sole of the foot to the inside of the lower leg. Now notice what happens in this standing leg. Notice if the hip starts jutting out. Hug that in. Really press into the ground to find your connection, find your grounding, and keep that strength. And again, you can play with letting go of the chair here, finding your balance. Play around with this, make it fun. And bring hands to heart center. You can sway around and challenge yourself more. And if you lose your balance and fall out, that's okay. Come back in, use the chair to help you out. To come on out of this, rotate that leg back in and set the foot with control back down onto the ground. And just maybe pedal out the feet here. And then you want to take this over to the other side. So stand on the other side of the back of your chair, hand on the back of the chair. Peel that opposite heel off the floor. Rotate that leg out. And again, you can stay right here. Play around with this. See how it feels. If your balance is pretty stellar here, then Take the sole of the foot to the inside of the lower leg. Keep that standing leg strong. Again, feel free to challenge yourself in any way that you wish. You may notice that one side is a little harder to balance on than the other, or a little more challenging. That's okay. We're not perfectly balanced in our bodies. You're going to always find a difference, usually from one side to the other. Just let it be what it is. Take an inhale and exhale. Rotate that leg back in with control. Set the foot down. Now come to face the back of your chair. Actually, the seat of your chair. Place the hands on the seat of the chair. We'll come back to that tabletop position with your chair. We're going to take a version of Warrior 3. So take the right foot and place the toes on the floor behind you. So extend it back. This might be it for you, or maybe you're going to lift it up a little bit, or maybe you can lift it all the way up in line with the hips. Really reach that leg away. Next option is to reach the opposite arm in the opposite direction. So left arm forward, right leg back, hug the belly in, press into the supporting hand and foot, really reach away. And then with control, release that down. Come on out of it. Stand up for a moment, shake it out. Do your little yogi dance on the mat. And then come back into your tabletop position at the chair. Extend the left foot back, toes on the mat. And then lift it to where it's going to go for you today. You might even notice a difference from day to day. One day might be a little higher and one day might be a little lower. An option. These are all options, okay? If you want to make this more challenging, you don't have to do everything I'm doing. So option is to reach the right arm forward. So left leg back, right arm forward. Connect with the breath. Keep it strong. And then with control, release that down. Beautiful. Bend the knees, come to stand. Oh, maybe give yourself a whole body stretch here. Shake it out. And come to sit back into your chair for your seated Shavasana. So sit forward in your chair, soles of the feet on the floor, palms on the thighs. Notice the sensation of the breath here. Again, you've been doing a bit of work, so you may notice the heart beating a bit faster. Allow it to move smooth and easily. Notice the sensations in the body. Take a moment to bring palms together, hands to heart center. And again, thank you so much for allowing me to guide you today. Thanks for joining me.